Hello and welcome to Blender Source. And today, I want to make some crystal bases for tabletop gaming, and for that we are creating some crystals. I have prepared something in advance, but it's now we have to drink something, like in How I Met Your Mother. Drink. No. Okay, I have prepared something, some crystals, and I show you how I create these crystals from the beginning and how we make a little, let's say, base for placing a figurine or something like that. Okay, so let's jump in. Okay, now we are in Blender 2.8 and I'm going to load this file here. And as you can see, I have made some crystals, and I do the crystals on a base of 5 or 6 vertices. And this is really easy to do. Just I take this guys here, and now I'm going to add a circle, and I want to have a circle with 5, like that. This is a good base for crystals. So now let's extrude that and bring it to the middle and merge the whole thing, merge at center. And in the front view, I'm going to pull them up here. And now I want to have this look here, lock depth. This is a better view, and now I have the old 2.79 view back. I don't like this X-ray thing. This is something I don't like. So now I'm going to extrude this in the Z direction here to give it a little bit of length. And now let's move it up like that. And now we have to modify this thing here. And first, let's make a face here on the bottom here. Just press F to make a polygon face here. Okay, now we have a beautiful tool. It's called the Bisect Tool. The only problem which is here in Blender 2.8 is, I'll show you that. Now I want to make it a little bit more interesting, this crystal. A crystal like this is not really interesting. So I'm going to go into edit mode and I select all of the vertices, and I'm going with the Bisect tool here and just go in there and I draw a straight line. Now there's an outer section and an inner section. So the inner section is this, and we want to clear the outer one. But now there's a hole, so I'm going to fill that. And as you can see, this is really beautiful. You can cut something and you can remove it instantly. And now there's let's say the bad thing about that tool. It doesn't remember the settings. So we clear now, the inner is now the outer, let's say it like that. Now we have to clear the inner one and we have to fill it. And this is the down part of it. We have always to click that. So, but it's much more comfortable than the previous Bisect tool, and it works much better. And here you can always see what's the inner and what's the outer part. So we have to clear the outer in this case, and again we fill it. So, and again let's go in there and let's really cut down to this here. And let's fill it and clear the outer one. And as you can see, now we are getting somewhere. We are creating a crystal with that. Fill and clear outer in this case. Yeah, this is how a crystal looks like. This is much better here. So let's see. Let's look at this kind of view. Okay, now we have some of these crystals here. I have 4 variations, and this should be enough for now. Now let's create a base. At first, let's make a little bit of order here. At first I create a new collection, and let's call this collection camera and light. Camera and light. Okay, like that. And let's move the camera and the light into this section here. Now we can hide this section completely. And I want to rename that. This is a crystal 6. Yes, 6 sides. And this is a crystal with 5 sides. Crystal 5. And now we have the other ones. And can we name that all at once? No, we can't. This is a crystal variation 1, crystal variation 2, crystal variation 3, and this is the crystal variation 4. Crystal variation 4. Okay, and now we have this a little bit in order here. So let's call this collection here, rename that in crystals. Okay. Now let's add a new collection and call it base. And how we want to add, I want to add here a circle, and this time I want to have 32. Now let's go in the front view or side view, whatever is better. So let's move these ones out of the view, and let's see if now if we set it to the settings of a real base in the real world. Real world base has 40 millimeters or 60 millimeters or much more of that, but I think the minimum is something like 34 or something like that, 35, I don't know. So let's scale that by 2. No, not this way. Let's go that scale 2. Now we have 40 millimeter base, 40 millimeters from here to here. Okay, now let's go in there and extrude it in the Z direction, extrude Z. And because I want to print that, I have to make a little bit of base. I cannot print really 1 millimeter, and this is not a base. It has to be stable. It has to be there has to be a stand. Okay, for that I think let's go with. Do I not have my measure tool? My measuring tool? No, I haven't it. I do not have it here. Why? Oh, my wife has stolen it again. Okay, I'll go with 5 millimeters. This should be cool. And I want to have a little bit of a bevel here, so let's go with that. Extrude it and scale it. And let's do a face here. And now I take the crystals here and just make a copy of that. And let's do that. And let's move it and rotate it like that. And rotate it like that. Bring it together a little bit, because crystals are not growing in the extra positions. They always grow like that. So this is always let's say a group of crystals here, and we bring it up here because I don't want that it's going through the base here. And I'm going to cover this with the face. And now we have a little bit of a group here. Let's move that and move that as well. And maybe we can make it smaller, rotate it, make it smaller again, bring it over, rotate it, bring it to here. So just to make the whole thing a little bit more interesting. And this is not what I want here. Let's go to mesh. No, let's go to cursor to selected. And object. Where is it? This is something I'm struggling really with. And it's not there anymore where it should be. So set origin, here it is. Origin to 3D cursor. This is something which is really bad thing for someone who is working with Blender and with the same shortcuts for about 10 years. 10. And now everything has changed. And this is really a thing I'm really struggling with. I don't know. It is Blender is a software which is a serious software. It's not a gaming software. It's not a software which is just made by some fools or something like that. This software was developed over the years, and it has its part in the 3D world. And I don't know why they have changed the shortcuts or something, all of these, just to come near to Maya or Cinema 4D. They have all different key settings. Why they had changed the whole thing to Maya? Just because some idiots which are coming from, sorry for that, some really fools which are not able to think in another direction. Why do we have changed the whole thing for these few peoples? I don't know. I really don't know. I think this is something which the most professional users of Blender are really struggling with this issue here. I want to scale it down. Scale it down. So, like that. So, okay, now we have a base with crystals on it. And this is what I want. So I have to move this. This is moved a little bit. So this, I want to have this one here. And the tendency of these crystals are they going to this side a little bit more. So I'm going to just to make it one more time a little bit more interesting. Let's go here in here and rotate it, scale it up like that. And now we have a crystalline structure, I think, which is good enough for this base here. So we can get this here and move it a little bit in the direction we want to have it, a little more into the middle. So like that, and maybe like that. This should be okay. Yes. Yep. This is a cool feature. This is a really cool feature they have made. If you select one and you hit tab, you go into one of these in the edit mode of one object. But if you shift click and you select another one and you go into tab, these two are going into edit mode. This is a really cool feature. This is really cool. So you can make changes on two objects. You can work better. You don't have to go out of the edit mode, select the other object, and you have to go into the edit mode. This is much better right now. But the shortcuts, this is something I don't, I do not really, I can, how can I say that? Accept, yeah. And this is another thing. Object, shade, smooth. Okay, why can we not have a thing which is this menu here was, I think it was really good. It had maybe a little bit too much in some cases, but the basics, were always on this side here, on that side. My camera is, so I have to point in this direction when I really mean this direction. So I think I have to change my camera. I think let's do this real quick. Let's do this real quickie here. Transformation, flip, horizontal. Yeah. Now I'm here. And this side is this side, and this side is this side, and this little critter here, this is the mean gum lizard. This dirty little bastard here. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, you can really easy make a lot of variations of crystals with this bisect method, and I think it's really cool. So what I'm doing next is I just bring this together to one. Normally I'm going to make something like that, copy it, and then we're going to join all together like that. And now, because smooth shading is activated, I want to have edge split here on this thing as well. If I export this right now in an FBX format, it will be able to, FBX is able to export this edge splitting here as well as sharp edges. This will be exported as sharp edges. So we have the smooth and we have the sharp edges. So I don't have to worry about that. This is something you have to keep in mind if you create something for 3D printing. You have to know which modifier will be exported in the FBX format or OBJ format and which modifier will not be exported. So in this case, the edge split modifier and smooth shading will be exported. So we have the smooth and we have the edge splitting here on these surfaces of the crystals. So this is my workflow. I'm doing crystals, and this is the same way I'm doing rocks as well. This method I have seen the first time at, let's see, it is, let's go to YouTube real quick. What is his name? Alexander, yeah, this Sweden guy. Sweden or Norway guy. Or Finnish guy? I don't know. Somewhere between the penis, the balls, and the, you know what I mean. The scrotum lands over there in the north. Oh, sorry. Now I'm screwed. No, we Germans are not better than you. Okay, so I think this is it, how I do crystals and rocks. Caleb, oder? Caleb Alexander. No. God, no. Sorry, I have to look up the name. It's a long time ago. I have looked at I've seen a video tutorial of Blender Guru or CG Cookie or Caleb Alexandrov or not. No, I don't know. Maybe next time I will have the name and I will tell you that. So yeah, that's it. This is how I create these crystals, and I will create a little bit more variation of these, and then I will print it out, and yeah, I will paint them. Maybe I can show you the process of painting as well, but I want to airbrush them, but I'm really a beginner of airbrushing. I'm not that good in airbrushing. I have just bought the compressor, the pistols, and all the stuff, and I'm a really raw beginner at the beginning of airbrushing. So I don't think I can show you that. So maybe I paint them with my bare hands, with my bare claws. So okay, that's it, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.